Episode number 70, all on the day of a matinee. I was blessed to be able to watch baseball today and relax. My kids were off with my mom, wife's at work. I'm chilling back watching the Yankees, Tigers, Tampa Bay, a bunch of different teams, getting some fun facts, doing what I do best, coming to you here live on YouTube and in the garage. Let's rock and roll. Trivia from last time. Who holds the Atlanta Braves franchise record for most stolen bases in his career? I found some fun stuff about this player. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Herman Long. Yes, you heard that right. Mr. Herman Long played mostly for the Boston Beaneaters from 1890 to 1902. Played shortstop. Okay, 462 stolen bases for Mr. Long in his career with Boston. Eventually they moved to Milwaukee, became the Braves, and then got down to Atlanta. But what's cool about sometimes when you do fun stats about Herman Long is more trivia that goes along with him. Who has the most errors? Yes, I said errors in Major League Baseball history. Would you be sure enough? It's Mr. Herman Long himself. Known as a really slick shortstop during his tenure, one of the best in the league. Many Hall of Famers have quotes about saying he could have fielded with the best of them, but he was supposedly got a lot of errors on his record because the scores at the times would give errors for a lot of little things. He'd get to a ball and kick it, or he'd get to a ball and make a tough throw. So while Herman Long has the most errors in history, he also has the most stolen bases in Braves organization history, and he's also known as a great player. So there's a little news and notes for you on that. Herman Long. Okay, guys going down. Clay Bucholz, partially torn ligament in the elbow. Bucholz, get a second opinion. I hope it gets positive news for you. Good luck in your road to recovery of injury. Stephen Drew, they're dropping like flies here in Washington right now. Stephen Drew, shortstop, backup behind Trey Turner. He goes down. Nationals are winning ball games. They lost today behind Scherzer, the Cardinals. Big win for Cardinals today as they beat Scherzer. But Nationals will be doing good, but infield's got some injuries. And last but not least, somebody's going to be banged up is Rickie Weeks and also Brett Gardner. Huge collision at first base today. Rickie Weeks kind of playing out of position, got in the way of Gardner. So no harm, no foul, unfortunately, as the accident goes. But they will be having bumps and bruises tomorrow, Brett Gardner and Rickie Weeks. Okay, what am I talking about? All in the day of a matinee. Okay, 3 players I have highlighted today. Jordan Montgomery, the left-handed starter for the Yankees. Mr. Pete Kozma, the veteran shortstop, getting the start today. And also Andrew Romine of the Tigers. Let's start off with Montgomery with 4 2/3. Pitched great for the Yankees. His mom and dad were in the stands. They drew him from South Carolina. They gave a little funny interview how dad was messing with traffic and couldn't find a parking spot. But the young crafty lefty gave up 2 strikeouts in the first inning, gave up a walk to Longoria. Rickie Weeks took him deep. He got down early, but he came back, bared down in innings 2, 3, and 4. Pitched great. So if you're in fantasy, keep an eye out for Jordan Montgomery. But, you know, it was just cool to see that here's the beginning of his career, right? It all starts off, we've all heard that side of the story, and where does it go from here? How does he succeed from there? But who's more worried about having a more exciting day, maybe more than him, is Mr. Pete Kozma. Okay, Kozma, if you know, former first-round pick of the Cardinals, 7 or 8 years back. He didn't really do what he wanted to do as much in St. Louis. Was a scrappy utility guy for them, but was out of baseball in Major League Baseball level for the last 2 years. Didn't play that many games last year, 16, because he was in Scranton. Here's my point about Pete Kozma. He batted .208 last year at AAA for the Yankees. He grinded it out. He didn't give up, but what did he do? He got back in the big leagues. Pete Kozma, hats off to you, my man. You got the start today, maybe because Didi Gregorius got hurt. And we got Ronaldo Torres goes down, right? But no, you stepped up today with a big bat, bases loaded. You popped up in the infield. I was cheering for you big time. So Pete Kozma, keep living that dream. Don't give up. And whose dream came to probably fruition today, okay? Andrew Romine. Okay, the brother, the son of a former big leaguer. Kevin Romine was his dad. He played in the big leagues. We might know his brother, Austin Romine, came up more with the Yankees a couple years ago, younger brother. But Andrew Romine, the former Sun Devil, had his day today. Saw a little 1-2 changeup down in the zone, took it deep to right field. Apparently he's been doing a new batting stance this year, trying to get the ball a little more lift. Woo, did it work today, Andrew? You hit the bejesus out of the ball. Okay, you had a grand slam. You picked up your boy, Michael Fulmer, who had a difficult but quality start today by Fulmer in my eyes. So, Tigers are doing stuff, and that's 3 players, okay? The beginning of a career. with Montgomery, which was exciting. Kozma, maybe close to the end of the career, super exciting for him. And then Romine in the middle, not the younger brother, but the older brother, Andrew. Okay, there's been two. The mom and dad might have thought differently of that if they would have known there were going to be two brothers in the big leagues. First name A, but maybe the dad should have known that being a big leaguer. But hey, when you're a big leaguer, you can probably name your kids whatever you want. Okay, so that's a little side joke there. Good shout out to those three players. Okay, shout out today is going to my friend Matt Coulter. He's at a fun cancer foundation that does a lot of awesome work called Young and the Brave. They do a lot of work. They have a foundation, a fundraiser coming up in Ventura, California. So Young and Brave, check them out on Facebook.org. They're doing awesome things and helping people fight cancer and stay positive through the times that life gets you down. Okay, so good job, Matt. Shout out to you, sir. Trivia from this time. I looked at the Braves record. I'm going to stay with the Braves. Hammering Hank Aaron, we know, is all up and down the Braves record books. In 1974, he hit home run number 714 versus Al Downing of the Los Angeles Dodgers. We've all seen it 100 times, right? But the question is this. How many home runs did Hank Aaron end his career with? We all know about 714, but what's the number that Hank ended his career with? Maybe I can get you to remember it after this. And if not, we'll always remember 714. This is Spencer Dodgers. This is gratitude to everybody for watching my show. Couldn't be more happy to be doing it for you. Thank you so much. I got some of the fun graphics back today. I'm excited to be doing this. I watched the softball tonight. Got a late game tonight. So, Midnight Players, Raklife.org, hashtag retired Dodgers 34, baseball gods, jumpers, baseball. Woo, let's go. Everybody, it's me, Larry. Yeah, doggies. Tigers, 5-0. Can you believe it? I can't believe how hot I am. Hey, the Tigers are good to me today. Tigers be good tomorrow. They're going to take tomorrow's game versus the Twins again. Yoo-hoo! See you then. Bye-bye.